So we are 10 games into the season with Rosenborg, and in today's episode we are going to recap them 10 games and get to know the squad a little bit better. Now my question of the day is, as we close in on Football Manager 2025, what would you like to see within the game that's not been announced yet? Please make sure you do go down and put that in the comments below, and let's get into the episode. So following on from the last episode, we then played Sandnes Ulf away from home, and we got a 3-1 victory. Now we were 1-0 down, and in the 71st minute we got our first goal. Same, our young academy player from this year got the goal. Janssen on the 85th minute, and then we got a 92nd minute corner, which was headed away by Raffet, our German central defender. 62% possession, 15 shots to 8. We really did look comfortable in this game. Now, disappointingly, we then came up against Fleury at home in a game which I did actually think we would get something in, and we got 1-1 draw, which is not quite what I thought we would get from this. Raffet, the goal scorer, 1-1. It's a point, but it's a disappointing point, and I think the worst thing is we didn't do well possession-wise or shots compared to them as well. It wasn't a sneaky draw by them. It was almost us rescuing, salvaging a draw. Now that was followed up with an away trip to Ulkisse and a 3-2 victory with the first goal for Patreon member Dan Finch. Now this goal came from the penalty spot, and as you can see, an absolute thunderbolt into the left-hand corner got us the win on the 90th minute. Now they did pull one back in the 93rd, but as you can see, 4 goals scored in the last 10 minutes of this game. Now that was followed up with us getting brought back down to earth against Vålerenga at home in front of our own fans. 58% possession for Vålerenga, more shots in the game as well. We just got completely outclassed and got shown what a top elite Syrian club can do when playing good football. But moving on into the month of May, we picked up 2 goals here as we beat Odds 2-1 away from home. Come back from 1-0 down, both goals by academy player Dan Finch, Patreon member Dan Finch. Østergaard puts it across, Finchy fires it in left-footed into the bottom corner. Then his second goal of the game, we had a throw down the left-hand side. You can see here we played back to Tronseth, he floats in, and Finchy with the header over the goalkeeper secured us the points. Now, he should have had a hat-trick, but he did miss a penalty early on in the game. But let's not nitpick at people, shall we? Now that was followed up with, I would say, our best game performance of the whole season. Now we didn't have possession, but we did counter-attack very nicely and got a 3-1 victory over Bøder Glimt. Østergaard, C and Seam on the score sheet. Very, very solid win, and we looking decent. Now that was followed up with a 2-1 victory over Stjørdals Blink, and Dan Finch again getting 2 goals, and he has looked very good in the first half of the season. They did get a red card in the 42nd minute, which almost guaranteed we were going to go on and get the win, I thought, and we did get that second goal in the 55th minute. Now we then came up against Molde, a club who were battling for the Champions League, and we put 5 goals past them at home, 12 shots to 11, 56% possession, so finally back in a game where we dominated possession a little bit more. Østergaard, Jarini, Finch, C and Seam. 5 goals, 5 different goal scorers, 3 points against Molde at home in front of a sellout crowd. Can't say much better than that. Now in our most recent league game, we were brought back down to earth with a 2-1 defeat to HamKam. Very disappointing 2-1 defeat as well. 5 shots to their 22. Even though we had a bit more possession, we just looked very, very poor defensively. So the first 10 games of the season is complete, and we're in 4th place at the minute. 1-6, drew 2, lost 2, a +7 goal difference. 20 points, 2 points behind second place Lillestrøm, our old club. Next game is against Lillestrøm, but it's in like 20 days. We're in the middle of a summer break. But I'm shocked, pleased, but blown away with how good and how solid we are looking so far with such a young squad. So cup-wise, we're 3 games into the cup. We went through in the first round against Herd, 5-2. Seam with 2. K with 2. And Torresen with 2. We did put out a very heavily rotated side, but we got the win. We then played Valerenga at home, and we got a 93rd minute equaliser, which took the game onto extra time penalties, and we got the win 5-3, and we are through to the third round where we will be playing Ulkisse. That game has not took place yet. I don't know why I said we've had 3 games. 2 games, 2 wins. We're into the third round of the Cup, and I've got to say I am very pleased with how we're doing so far this season. You can see we have lost our last game there against Hamcam. Ulkisse coming up, but I'm shocked and pleased and delighted and confused at how strong we look, to be honest. In terms of financial, we are shipping money. We are absolutely shipping money. 677 grand in the bank now. In terms of expenditure this season then, you can see staff wages of 1.3 million. This is what ruined Rosenborg. The previous manager's contract negotiations. 1.3 million on staff wages. We are absolutely leaking the money. Tax at 1.2, a youth setup 781, a non-football costs of 551, loan repayments of 513, players' wages are all the way down there at only 500k so far. In terms of income, players sold at 3.5, 1.9 gate receipts, 1.9 sponsorship, 1.2 gate receipts. So gate receipts is double what our wages is at the minute. So we just need to cut back on some things. Staff wages being one, but if we go to team detailed and all the way to the bottom, you will see salary per annum. Egerson, by the way, dropped to 23 million. They were at 90 a few years ago. And we are spending 1.18 million. We are by far the lowest spenders in the league, and we're currently in 4th place. So I've got to say I'm over the moon and just generally very pleased with how we're looking so far. In terms of our B team, we're currently sitting in 11th. If you end the season now, I will happily take that, because we don't really have any players in our B team. A lot of these players are just people who I'm loaning in from our first team, etc. Very short of players. Our under-19s obviously are playing in a local league this year. Played 17, won 17, and topping almost everything, with Shankar getting 24 goals in 19 starts so far this season. And yeah, just turned 16 and is looking very, very solid, if I do say so. So in terms of our squad and how we are looking so far this season then, top appearance maker is our goalkeeper, Ingebertsen, with 12 games. 11 starts, 1 sub-appearance for Torresson on the left wing. He's developing, as always, when you record a video, you always get down arrows. I have no idea why it always does that. But he is developing okay. 3 assists and 2 goals in his 10 games so far. He's doing okay. And then you have the German central defender, 6'5", Mountain, who, yeah, he's just a very, very solid central defender to have in the squad. And then Osemi C, who's already been called out by the fans for not performing so well this season, but with 2 goals, 1 assist, 81% pass completion, 72% tackles completion. He's settling in fairly well, and it's 275k paid, valued up to 4 million. I think it was good business, to be honest with you. Our top goal scorer so far this season is Patreon member Dan Finch, who is developing into a very nice striker. We do need to get his pace and acceleration up. So, do you know what? I think we're going to actually set that on now. We're going to get him working on his quickness for the next few months. Second top goal scorer is the other academy player, not a Patreon member, in Knut Kara Evjen Selm, who is looking solid at 16 years old. 2 starts, 3 goals, 6 sub-appearances, which rocks up the numbers. Third top goal scorer with 4 is Ostergaard, who is the veteran of the team at 31. Just very solid, except for that red card on the first game of the season. Not the best. In terms of assists, Torresson was 6, and Ostergaard, so both our wingers are picking up 6 assists each. But tactically, we're just very solid. You've reminded me of something. We actually made a signing. So Harry Henriksen came in from Lillestrøm. Came in last minute. That's how under the radar it is. Came in after the window was shut, but you could still make loan signings, etc. domestically. Comes in on a 2-year loan deal. And I'm delighted with it. We didn't have a right back. We didn't have a right back at all. We were playing left back and right back. So Harry Henriksen comes in on a 2-year deal. Bear in mind, he won European Golden Boy a couple of years ago. Absolutely over the moon bringing him in on loan. But tactically, this is how we're looking with two no-nonsense central defenders. Juan Pablo Martinez Figueroa has pushed in and become first choice ahead of Steele in central defence. So really, really pleased with that. Another academy player. We have 1, 2, I think Dahl, 3, 4, 5, 6 academy players, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 academy players in our first team squad. But we set nice with just a flat back 4. Henriksen is a wing back. You can see there, that symbol there means that individually set just for him. Martinuk on loan also from Ulster has a personal instruction to dribble less because he has poor dribbling, and on that support role they do dribble a little bit more, so I did take that off. Tronseth alongside him in defensive mid. This kid's only 15 still and he's played a few games now. 3 starts, 5 sub appearances. He's not the regular first team player. Niesveen was, but he was suspended for the last game. But again, another academy player, 26 years old. The academy's getting the football. Øsgaard on the right we've looked at. C in attacking mid we've looked at. Torresen we've looked at. And C we've obviously looked at, who was just as well developed very nicely. I mean, oh, what a team we have of young players. Torres has been getting some football, came through the academy, is one of our YouTube members. Down below where you click subscribe, there's an option, click join and become a member. And then in the next series, you will be in the game as a Nugent. But he's started 4 sub appearances, so he's getting the football as well. Shield, like I say, 7.1 average, but not looking amazing, to be honest with you. So Shield has dropped off more to the bench now at the minute, and Figueroa is playing alongside Raffet. Nordland has started 1 game, 8 sub appearances. I'm just trying to develop him just bit by bit. He doesn't look world class, but he does have potential to be a very solid player. But I'm pleased and excited about how good this side is. And I honestly think we can take Rosenborg back into Champions League football and winning the title within 2 or 3 years. I honestly think we're that close. The only issue we've got is our financial side of things. A lot of the staff who were here before we took over and are basically bleeding the club dry financially are leaving us at the end of this season, and I will not be renewing the contracts. So all of these will end up saving a lot of money and help us actually maybe become a profitable club. But I'm not going to expand our wages much. I'm going to really try to keep us spending very little and just try to be a successful club whilst making us a profitable club. So I've been Paul, also known as the Northman. I want to thank you so much for tuning in on today's episode. Thank you for your support so far on the episodes and the series as a whole and the channel. And I will see you in the next episode where we continue this journey and we look back at the summer transfer window.